something strange might be happening behind the cameras of Stranger Things. For years, fans adored Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour's father-daughter bond, both on-screen and off. But now, that picture-perfect relationship has cracked wide open. Reports claim Millie filed a private harassment and bullying complaint against her longtime co-star, the very man who played her protector. And while both actors are smiling for cameras at premieres, insiders say things are far from okay. So what really went down between Millie and David? And why are so many people in Hollywood staying silent? When Stranger Things first premiered in 2016, the chemistry between Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour instantly became one of the show's emotional backbones. Millie was barely 12, a rising child star stepping into the role of 11, the mysterious girl with powers. David Harbour played Hopper, the gruff small-town sheriff who became her reluctant protector. On screen, their bond was magnetic, part father-daughter, part survival pact. Off-screen, fans loved watching their real-life friendship grow. David once said in interviews that he felt protective of Millie, calling her like a daughter, and even joking that he worried about her growing up too fast in Hollywood. Millie echoed that sentiment too, calling him a safe person in an industry full of chaos. But as Millie got older, things naturally changed. She wasn't the little girl from season 1 anymore. She became a global star, launching beauty brands, starring in Enola Holmes, and getting engaged. And with that growth came a shift in dynamics on set. Insiders claim the once playful, fatherly energy between Millie and David started to feel different. Still, to the outside world, their friendship looked unshakable. They joked on press tours, laughed in interviews, and hugged on red carpets. But according to new reports, what fans saw might not have been the full story. Because just as Stranger Things was gearing up for its final season, Millie Bobby Brown allegedly took a step that shocked everyone, especially David. It started quietly. No dramatic public fallout. No unfollowing on Instagram. No messy headlines at first. But in late October, whispers began surfacing across entertainment circles. Millie Bobby Brown had allegedly filed a formal harassment and bullying complaint against David Harbour, just weeks before production on Stranger Things Season 5 began. According to early reports, the complaint wasn't about anything criminal, but it was serious enough to spark an internal review. Some outlets even claimed the paperwork stretched across pages and pages of accusations, detailing behavior Millie reportedly described as controlling and emotionally exhausting. Neither Netflix nor the actors confirmed the story, but multiple insiders told reporters that an internal investigation quietly took place. No one knows what the outcome was, whether it ended in mediation, dismissal, or something else entirely. What's clear is that something definitely rattled the once unbreakable partnership between these two stars. Fans, meanwhile, were split down the middle. Some rushed to defend Millie, saying she'd always been mature beyond her years and deserved to be taken seriously. Others called it tabloid noise, arguing that the timing, right before the show's final season, was just too suspicious. But that was only the beginning, because when the cameras started rolling again, something strange happened on set. According to sources cited by entertainment outlets, Millie's complaint focused on harassment and bullying, not anything physical or romantic. Reports suggest it revolved around David's behavior on set, described by some as overly intense and emotionally domineering. One insider claimed Millie felt constantly second-guessed and belittled during filming, saying the once protective bond had turned into something that made her uncomfortable. Another report hinted that Millie requested a personal representative to be present during certain scenes, a move that allegedly raised eyebrows among crew members, but was quietly approved by Netflix. Still, these details remain unverified. No documents have surfaced publicly, and neither Millie nor David has addressed them directly. David Harbour's reps reportedly declined to comment, while Millie's team has only said she's focused on work and positivity. And yet, there's something strange about how the Stranger Things creators have handled it. Producer Sean Levy and the Duffer Brothers stepped in to cool the flames, calling the media coverage wildly exaggerated and insisting the cast remains a family. But behind that diplomatic tone, Fans notice tension in interviews, the kind of awkward energy you can't quite explain but definitely feel. Still, Hollywood's all about optics. And when Millie and David finally stepped out together for the first time since the rumors broke, their smiles told one story, while the silence told another. Just days after the story caught fire online, the entire Stranger Things cast appeared at the Season 5 premiere in Los Angeles. Cameras flashed, fans screamed, and there they were, Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour, standing side by side, smiling like nothing ever happened. To anyone watching, it looked picture perfect. David wrapped his arm around Millie, whispered something that made her laugh, and they posed together for the press. Every outlet ran with the same headline: "No rift in the picture." But fans noticed something deeper. The smiles didn't quite reach their eyes. Some clips from the red carpet went viral on TikTok, with users slowing them down, analyzing every glance, every subtle gesture. "They look tense," one fan wrote. "This feels forced," another claimed. Then came the interviews. Millie told People magazine, "I've had a really special bond with David since day one. We're family, and family always has ups and downs." David echoed her words. "I adore that girl. I've watched her grow up. I'll always have her back." Sweet, right? But that almost too perfect harmony only fueled speculation that both were following a carefully managed PR script. After all, Netflix had millions riding on Stranger Things' final season. The last thing it needed was a full-blown internal feud splashed across headlines. Behind the smiles, though, rumors kept swirling. Crew members allegedly whispered that on-set interactions between the two were cordial but cold, and that production had adjusted shooting schedules to keep things smooth. Again, totally unverified, but enough to keep social media buzzing. Still, the question everyone kept asking was the same. If everything's fine, why does it feel so strange? Hollywood is full of stories that look one way on the surface but hide a storm underneath, and the Millie-David saga might be one of them. On paper, it's simple: a young star and her veteran co-star working together on a hit show. But add in a decade of shared history, intense filming schedules, and a final season under pressure, and things can get complicated fast. Some insiders speculate that the alleged tension could stem from creative boundaries. Millie has grown into a major influencer and leading actress, now taking more control over her career. David, meanwhile, is an established actor with decades of experience, used to calling the shots on set. Combine that with the protective dynamic that once defined their relationship, and small disagreements could easily feel magnified. There's also the personal side. David Harbour has been navigating life after his high-profile divorce from Lily Allen, which reportedly added stress. Meanwhile, Millie's own whirlwind of fame, brand launches, and public scrutiny might have made her hyper-aware of boundaries on set. Rumors suggest these pressures could have contributed to misunderstandings, or worse, real conflict, between the two. Of course, all of this is speculation. Nothing has been officially confirmed, and both actors continue to present a united front publicly. Yet for fans watching closely, the tension is palpable, the kind you can feel in interviews, social media posts, and fleeting red carpet moments. And with Stranger Things' final season about to drop, everyone is left asking the same question: will the show reveal the truth, or just the story they want us to see? This isn't just a story about two actors on a hit show. It's a snapshot of Hollywood's hidden pressures. Age gaps, power dynamics, and fame collide in ways that audiences rarely see. Millie Bobby Brown, once a child star, now a global icon, and David Harbour, a seasoned actor navigating personal challenges, make a volatile mix if tensions exist behind the cameras. For fans of Stranger Things, the timing couldn't be more explosive. The final season is dropping, and every interview, every appearance, every glance is now dissected for hidden meanings. Even a small hint of conflict could overshadow the show itself. Social media is already alive with theories. Did the alleged complaint affect how scenes were shot? Will certain interactions on screen feel different knowing what might be happening behind the scenes? And the bigger picture? It highlights how young stars are navigating Hollywood. As Millie grows up in the spotlight, issues of boundaries, respect, and emotional safety become critical, not just for her, but for an industry still learning how to handle these situations responsibly. So what comes next? Fans are waiting for official statements. Netflix could release details. The cast might speak out further, or the story could quietly fade, leaving only speculation behind. Meanwhile, every appearance, every interview, every on-set detail will be scrutinized as audiences try to separate fact from fiction. The truth remains elusive. And yet, that's exactly what makes this story impossible to ignore. A decade of on-screen magic, a Bond fans adored,